Greetings. My name is Joshua Hinkle, and this is my non-traditional application for the Illinois Art Council's Accelerator Grant. I'm a recent graduate of Monmouth College and Carl Sandburg College before that. I hold degrees in fine art, and philosophy. I intend to This first piece you're going to see was made for the Art in the Heartland show in Monmouth, Illinois. Its title is 22 Tiers. Its dimensions is 4 feet in diameter, and it is made of broken pottery. We take pottery that was either misfired or has broken and put it into art. Something we are looking to do in the future is to get rock tumblers and then tumble the pottery and the glass until all the edges are smooth. The nonprofit that I run is dedicated to helping veterans in crisis, because approximately 22 veterans a day commit suicide every day without end. And a recent study has come out and has revealed that the suicide rate has actually gotten worse. I have personally lost 13 of the people I have served with to the veteran suicide epidemic. So this is one of the first pieces in this format that I'm going to do to honor them. I'm going to do this one and then one for each of them. What I want to do in graduate school is to combine art and philosophy, and then tell our art-based cultural dialogues, and use art to find common ground between cultures. And this is important because in the veterans community, there are so many different demographics that a cross-cultural approach, while treating the community as a whole, is important, and that is what these pieces are going to show. This piece has an accompanying poem. It goes as follows: 22 tears, 22 lives, each day, every day they fall. Quietly, loudly, alone in the dark, or drowning in daylight. Shattered pieces, cracked minds, fractured hearts, splintered spirits. We glue them together, but they never hold. 22 echoes, voices we can't hear until the silence swallows them whole. Was it 20 yesterday? 18? We have lost count. The numbers rise, an unholy tide. The tears don't glisten. They grind into the dust of forgotten wars, into the hollow sockets of promises made and broken. An eyeball watching, unblinking. What did we see? What did we choose to ignore? 22 tears, 22 lives, each day, every day. 22 tears. This next piece you will see is titled The First Blade. It is based on the Supernatural TV show, the prop called The First Blade. I was really inspired. It happened to be in a medium that I worked with, so I fanboyed out a little bit, and I made The First Blade. It consists of antler bone and copper wrapped in leather and then oxidized. And when you oxidize metal that is in contact with bone, it actually oxidizes inside the bone, and it creates a really amazing effect. And that is The First Blade. This next piece is titled Eclipsis, and it is made of a antique hammer that I then carved, de-stressed, and wrapped with hand-sewn leather. In this configuration, it is on fire using charcoal briquettes, but I also use Kevlar wrappings that are shaped into a ball that you can then light on fire. And the claim to fame for Eclipsis is that it actually spun fire during the eclipse in 2024. This next piece I have made for my old philosophy professor. She teaches a philosophy of Harry Potter class. Totally changed my perspective on what I wanted to go to school for. I called this Fate's Flinger, and it is made of bone and mullet that was dropped by birds out of our bird feeder and then grew. So we decided that we would oxidize it and turn it into a wand, similar to Eclipsis. Rounding out this set of pieces is titled First Mark, and the cross hatch, or the X, has been shown to be one of the earliest marks that humanity ever made. And so I simply incorporated the design and idea of such a mark onto a piece of wearable jewelry. This video is already on the long side, so I'm going to try to talk through this next sculpture as quickly as I can. But my claim to fame is that one of my sculptures can actually be seen from a satellite. These pictures will make sense soon, but this is my sculpture, Jormungandr, and it will surround the entirety of my property. And this is what it looked like at the beginning of the growing season earlier this summer. This is our building. It's actually an old bank building, and when I go off to graduate school, we are going to use it to base our initiative out of. And this is what it currently looks like at the end of the growing season this summer. You can see that the head is beginning to take shape. And coming up is a rough digital edit of what the sculpture is going to look like. Obviously, the head is going to go over our gate with the tail coming out of the ground. And then looking forward, this is the path going to the stairs upstairs. And Jormungandr will actually grow up and down. The branches will arch, and then they will go to the ground and they will take to root, and we will have a natural growing arch. Next, you're going to see a view of the sculpture in the back part of the yard. It's hard to see in this picture, but there are 2 arches already growing, and that will be where the serpent takes a turn into the backyard. This is the back view at the end of the summer as more of the trees start growing. And this is going to be your first look at what it will look like at the backyard, where the serpent's going to come up and out of the ground and make its way into the backyard. And this is what it will look like. As you see, the tree will come up and loop down, doing the same thing to coming to the end of the building. And then that is where we will build another arch, as you will see, and this will essentially be opening to a nice, peaceful, secluded piece of the property for veterans to go to think, meditate, anything they need to get their head right. And as promised, I told you that you could already start to see Jormungandr from space. And this is the view of my property from the Google Earth satellite. You can see the green in that center building. That is the sculpture that you saw blow up views of just a second ago. And it's really exciting to think that one of my sculptures is, first of all, growing, and it takes years to accomplish, but it can be seen from space. And here is an outline. You'll have the head, and it will actually go under the building, and the route will be, the head is coming up, it goes around the building, around the side near the empty lot where the numbers are, and then it will go back around and loop around. And that will be Jormungandr. Regardless of the outcome, this was an amazing experience, and I want to thank you for this opportunity. You have an amazing day.